Hey, welcome back to the Rock Fantasy YouTube channel. This is an episode we do every year. It's exciting time as we bear down on the Orange County Fair. For those that are watching in the local area, it's a long-running fair in Middletown, New York. I believe Ron, who's here, we cannot see, is my special guest, Ron Weber, who helped put this together. I helped him find a few of the bands, but he's put together the whole schedule. And Ron is in the background. I'm going to introduce Ron to the show. Ron, how you doing?
Doing good, Steve. How you doing?
So what year of the fair is this? It's 180 something, right?
That's right.
You know, I don't know if you know the exact year.
I don't think anybody really knows, but I think it's 184.
185, 186, something like that. So do you want to
You told me you were there the first year.
I'm not that old.
You're really old, huh?
Maybe you were there. You're carnival life more than I am, but it's always a great time, and it really brought back the concert venue the last few years behind the old 4-H barn. Brought in a great stage, great sound, and let's hear for the lineup for 2024. How does it start off, Ron? You got the list?
I do have the list, actually. So we kick off Thursday with Into the Void on opening night.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of the bands you.
Yep. Tom's here to watching with us. All right. He's in the.
Yeah.
He's there on the
Yeah, he's here.
on the podcast. And then Friday we're returning Cowboy Kid Rock. He played for us and it got rained out, and he like did an acoustic show for everybody who was there.
Oh, okay.
And that was great. I always wanted to bring him back because he did such a good job.
Okay, cool.
And then Saturday we got an ELO tribute, full like with cellos, the whole deal. Pretty excited about that, actually.
That's something different. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it should be. ELO's touring, so I thought that might be kind of hot right now.
Electric Light Orchestra is still very popular. You're right. Yeah, for sure.
They are. I found in talking to people, especially like a little younger than us, let's say, like, oh, I never heard of them. And then you play like, like, oh, I know that song. Oh, and I know that song. Oh, and I know that song. Oh, and I know that song. So, I think most people know 5, 6, 7 songs really. And people that are a little more musically versed probably know 10 songs by him. So it's pretty. And the one Marvel movie, I get my son knew from the one Marvel movie. They had one of their
Guardians of the Galaxy had Mr. Blue Sky, and Groot does his famous dance to it. Yeah, so yeah, the whole generation was turned on the 70s classic rock with that movie for sure. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So that's cool. And then Sunday we got STELLA Blues Band, which is a really popular Grateful Dead tribute going on at 7 o'clock. So they're all at 8 except for that one is at 7. So that should be. I'm really curious. It should do really well, I'm thinking, on Sunday. And then Monday, we've got a MEATLOAF tribute, all revved up.
Okay.
Tuesday, we have Stairway to HALEN.
Awesome.
So they do Van Halen and Led Zeppelin.
Wow. Okay.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I think Tig got me them or something.
Tig Man from PDH?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. It's
they got me that. And then Wednesday, I'm pretty excited about that Psycho Circus New York City, the Kiss tribute. And not a lot of Kiss tributes around anymore. A lot of them retired the last couple of years, and
they've been making some noise around here. They played for me at the bowling alley and did really well, and I tell you, they're bunch of great guys. So yeah, looking forward to that one for sure.
Yeah. And they said they just tested out your show, but they're going to do a real big show for us.
Oh yeah, they got the big stage now.
They only were like half-hearted when they did yours. Wednesday, let's see, Thursday, Iron Cobra.
Yeah,
who everybody knows.
Paul's here right now. Listen, played the fairgrounds already this year for the AMA motorcycles. They're coming back after the fair to play the Centennial race too. So they're going to be at the fairgrounds a couple times this summer.
Yeah, we're definitely honored for sure. Thank you.
And I'm super, super duper excited about Iron Cobra because they cover Triumph.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Huge
Right.
Triumph fan here.
We try to do it, you know, 'cause we're a three-piece, so you know, what three-piece shouldn't do Triumph, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I agree. I tried to get, we had a Rush cover band that was awesome a couple years back. I tried to get them to do Triumph. They wouldn't do it.
I remember
Oh,
that. We were talking about that on the same channel here a couple of years
Well, it
back.
makes
Yeah.
you feel, makes you
Yeah,
feel.
if you're a three-piece, you can do, you know, Triumph, Rush, no biggie.
Well, yeah, right? No pressure. But we've done Magic Power for like almost 10 years now, so it's just fun. It's a great song, actually. You know. But
Now, if you want to add a couple more, I'd be not against it at all. Matter of fact, if you did a whole Triumph,
be
it'd be
careful
great.
what you ask for, though.
Yeah, wait, what other
Why?
song?
I'd be happy with anything.
Yeah.
We can always cover the B-sides, and you go, what the hell they do? Nah.
So what other song do you want him to learn in a week? I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it. Or Lay It on the Line or
That's a great song,
It's
man.
a great song.
Fight the
There's a
good
lot-
Fight the
fight.
good fight.
Definitely
Midsummer's Daydream.
Yeah. That's definitely a great band, man. Definitely a great band. But
hey,
like
look,
I
I'm
said,
in
we're
the Zoom
just
right now.
honored, man, that you know, we've done a couple races here and there. The flat track put us the motorcycle flat track put us on a national call list, so we can, you know, they'll call us for other Northeast shows now. So it's all
Awesome.
because of you guys. So thanks, man.
That's awesome. I'm glad it
Wow.
worked out. No, I'm excited about your stuff. Friday, what, we got an off night on Friday?
What?
Oh, wait, Eyes of
Yeah, I hope so.
Eyes of the Nile is going to make their triumphant return
Yes.
with
No
the
pun intended.
awesome
Right.
Iron Maiden. Exactly. Yeah. Everything's triumph. So that should be a great show. Friday night, really, really good. And Saturday, of course, we have what's kind of become a tradition with our battery / live wire doubleheader, which has been huge for us and just gets bigger every year. So Metallica and AC/DC songs all night long. It's a really good time.
For
And then
sure.
Sunday we're gonna Spanish music, but
Okay.
that doesn't go big on the podcast. But
Yeah. But you got a big Spanish community in Middletown, so I'm sure they're gonna come out and enjoy that too.
although there is a band, Steve, I don't know if you've ever heard of them,
Huh.
called Metalachi.
Oh my
So
God.
it's a mariachi band, and they only play heavy metal.
I might have heard of
I
it.
need to hear this.
Yeah.
I saw them at the Arizona State Fair. They're actually expensive. They tour the country. They're very good.
Yeah, my neighbor, I think you met him once, Ron. He does some of the show. I think they do some shows at the Orange County Fair. Not during the fair, but on the fairgrounds. He had a show in Newburgh coming up where they were all Mexican metal bands that are coming through. But I don't know if that was I think they were more just Mexican guys playing traditional heavy metal. Yep.
Yeah, they do everything in mariachi. Like
Okay.
they play Crazy Train. All kinds of things. It's pretty crazy.
So what else other than music at the fair? Of course, you have the 31st lap tent where Bobby Keegan puts that together. So there's some
Yeah,
when you're
Bob's
walking.
got a lineup.
Yeah. You got some
Yeah, so he's got that's online too. All the bands that he's got,
Mm-hmm.
including his 105 band, which is pretty popular, and
Yeah.
all those guys. So yeah, you have 2 opportunities for music every night. I mean, it's the first time we're doing it every night, so that should be pretty neat.
It is. And of course, the fair runs from a Thursday through the following Sunday this year. So, no, is it 9 days? 9 days of the fair?
11 days straight through.
Oh, it's 11 days. Okay. All right. And
We've got full circus. Anastassini Circus is coming back. The full show. We've got a kid show where you could actually be in the circus and perform. We've got Big B, which is a transformer car. Basically, it's a Camaro that turns into a robot, and it's pretty cool. And of course, the petting zoo and all the other food and excitement we have in the rides, of course, at the fair.
cool. Sounds like Good time. It's right around the corners. We're taping this on July 9th. The fair kicks off, I think, a week from tomorrow, possibly, right? It starts on a Wednesday or starts on a Thursday? Does it start with Into the
Starts on a
Void?
Thursday.
So Into the Void's kicking off the fair, some Black Sabbath. So,
Nice.
and
Yeah, and we have free general admission with general seating with admission or general entrance with admission, and then we have a VIP area with seating and priority bar lines and all that stuff too. So you have your choice if you just want to come hang out and sit on the grass or whatever, and or if you want to sit right up front and be at the tables and all those things.
yeah, for those that aren't watching, it's kind of like a natural amphitheater where this show is. Or if you want to get it down and close, you can get in close, especially if you buy the how much is the extra charge for the?
It's $20. I think it includes admission, so it's cheap.
Oh, okay. So it's $10 just to go. If you want to go to the fair, it's $10 this year. It's pretty cheap.
$10. Yep.
$10.
I think we're the cheapest county fair in New York. Most of them are $13, $15,
Yep.
$18 to get in nowadays. So we're definitely very, very affordable, and we try to keep it that way. So.
And of course, if you've never been to the fair to see the bands, how they have it set up now, it is kind of like I said, like a natural amphitheater, because it's down in, and then there's an area where you can get on the floor, but there's a whole nice lawn area where you could bring a lawn chair or a blanket and watch from up on the hill. And usually the Ferris wheel's up there. You get a wonderful view of the bands from that Ferris wheel. We've been up on that Ferris wheel every year checking it out.
Yeah, and Steve, I'll say this to you because you're one of the few that would know what I'm talking about, but we're bringing back a little bit of a new layout, including entrance through what used to be called Power Alley.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Power Alley is where back in the day you'd have like the Enterprise and you'd have the Himalaya and you'd have I'm going way back now, the Skydiver and the double Ferris wheel. I don't know if Ron was even around back then. The Musings of America years, right?
Yeah, they were there from like 70s or something through probably the 90s.
I actually acquired a few posters yesterday. A guy had these and gave them to me. Ron probably can't see them because I don't know if he can see us or just listen, but I got a couple old posters, and it says right on there, Musings of America Midway. And I think these are from 1998, advertising the fair coming to town. So actually what's that?
Were they like the old triangle posters, or were they like custom made with artwork and stuff?
These are the like the cardboard, I call, usually what the circus would put up on the telephone poles. Yeah, that's what these are. If
you look all the way on the bottom of it, it says Triangle Poster Company, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
It does. Triangle Posters, with their phone number of 412 area code. Yes.
Yep.
And then I have one advertising a demolition derby back in the day. No demolition derby this year?
No, we would like to bring something like that back, but we haven't. And the problem right now is getting used cars, getting old cars. They're so
I bet
expensive.
everybody's keeping them nowadays, right?
Like if we bring some old beaters, we're afraid they might get stolen overnight.
Is there any? Are there any grandstand shows this year, or is that mostly just on the Midway?
No, we didn't bring the monster trucks. We had it like 3 years, and it's still okay, but it's been kind of leveling off a little bit. So we decided to take a year off from that and probably bring it back next year, or bring in some other kind of motorsports next year. But there's always something new. You got to keep moving things around a little bit. You can't have the same thing every year. I mean, some things the same, and then you need a healthy splash of what's new too. So
sounds like fun.
I can hear Luke Love. Luke from Psycho Circus is here. He's also we can hear Luke. But you guys, you and Ron are playing like Charlie from Charlie's Angels TV show. You're just the voice coming over the intercom. So, Luke, how's it going? We were just talking about you before you came on. Ron, I don't know if you can see who's here, but I've got Chris and Fern from the Iron Maiden, Eyes of the Nile. We've got John SCHULTZ. I introduced everybody to the crowd from Battery. We've got Tom from Into the Void, the Black Sabbath tribute. And we got Paul from Iron Cobra
Oh,
in the room.
Paul, great band, Iron Cobra. My buddy for Into the Void, another great band. Love Tom, love his band. And I'm sure the other bands, I've heard of them. They're equally up to the task. So looking forward to seeing some of these guys and, playing on the same stage as them. Sounds like it's going to be a really good time. Really looking forward to it.
And of course, you're Paul Stanley in the Kiss tribute.
Yes, I do, Paul. And, like the rest of the guys, we're all trying to stay busy, and I think we're all accomplishing that. We're down at Artie's this Saturday, down in Frenchtown, and
Okay.
and we'll, we've got a very busy schedule, very psyched, enjoying what we're doing. Listen, as far as musicians, if we're all playing, we're just happy. I mean, this is what we live for, just to get out on the stage and do what we do.
Yeah.
It's that simple. That simple.
Then what do you got planned for us at the Orange County Fair with Psycho Circus? Well, I've got you.
They're actually doing a couple triumphs.
I don't think they're doing any Triumph songs, Ron.
What?
Oh man, you ruined it for me. I was breaking out the Triumph. We were gonna go 3-piece for a couple songs, and you ruined it for us, man. but yeah,
These 2 Triumph songs.
Yeah, we're gonna do. Oh no, that's Zebra. I was gonna say tell me what you
Zebra.
want, but I think that's Zebra.
That's Zebra.
Close enough, 3-piece, guys. But yeah, we're gonna do the typical stuff, which is the smoking guitars, the fire, the pyros, the lit up Kiss sign. We're gonna do a free meet and greet for the audience, very orderly. We have a stage manager that handles that, and we'll bring them up and they can take pictures underneath the Kiss logo with the band and, just have a good time. It's that's what we all do. It's what we all live for. And I'm really looking forward to it. And thanks for the opportunity, guys. Steve, thanks for putting in a word about us. Cool. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And Tommy, when are you guys there?
We're opening the whole fair first night, next Thursday.
Oh, sounds great. I'm going to try to make it. What time do you guys go on? Like 8?
Yep, 8 o'clock.
Everybody goes on at 8 pretty much, except for
probably like 8 to 10, 8 to 10 with like a quick break in there somewhere.
Get the little two sets of Into the Void. That's what you usually do. Yep, when you're around. Now, Into the Void. Let's hop over to Tom, since we're talking to Tom. Tom, how long has Into the Void been around?
Since 09.
09, okay.
Yep.
And you guys have been playing in the area for quite a while and bringing in the crowds here in Middletown. And I thought you guys would be a good fit to play at the open air stage, which is always fun, of the rides and everything around you. It's going to be so much fun hearing Black Sabbath music at the Orange County Fair.
Yeah, man. Once again, like Luke said, thanks so much, Steve, for putting us in there and helping us out, and all you do to keep metal alive in
thank you.
County, New York. If it wasn't for you, I think the scene would be half dead up there, man.
Yeah, we try.
You succeed.
Paul does a lot to help too. So of course, the Black Sabbath, you guys cover the whole Ozzy catalog pretty much, Ozzy Sabbath catalog.
Yes. Yep.
And let's get this clear. That's the only Sabbath that matters, is the Ozzy Sabbath.
Now you're starting a big argument with the Dio fans.
Yeah, well, here it comes. Gloves off now.
Listen, I don't want to fight anybody. I remember I wear lipsticks and platforms. I ain't fighting nobody.
So cool. So we're looking forward to seeing Kiss in full makeup at the fair. We've got Black Sabbath at the fair. Let's move over and chat with Paul from Iron Cobra. Paul, let's talk about Iron Cobra for those that have never heard Iron Cobra before. What kind of a show do you come out and do? You cover a lot of different bands.
We specialize in Van Halen and Motley Crue. We've been around 18 years. We pride ourselves on our, our live show. We bring out all the cannons, with the lights and the lasers, and we've always said that, if you're going to go to a show, you want to see a show.
Mhm.
You don't want to go and see that guy hanging out under the light bulb wearing his dad's flannel, right? You want to fucking go somewhere, man, enjoy that show, So that's what we key in on. And, we love what we do. We feed on the, we feed on the energy of the room. And, we're honored to be sharing the space with you guys too, man, because all you guys out there, it's a lot of talent just in this room right now, man. And, it's just awesome. And once again, for Steve, getting all this talent, and I know Steve had a lot to do with getting a lot of us guys here at the fair. It's just awesome, man. And Ron, 2 thumbs up too, man. It's awesome.
Ron pulled in all the nationals, and I helped him out with some of the local bands to fill in some of the nights,
Yep, no doubt.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna do like the best of Van Halen, best of Motley Crue and Zeppelin, for the most part, and of course Triumph. Why wouldn't we do some Triumph? I might even
Paul,
bring the Triumph.
Paul, this is
How many
Luke.
songs? Oh, sorry.
What's that,
That's
Ron?
okay. Paul, this is Luke from Psycho. I just wanted to take a minute to thank you guys for inviting me up on stage with you guys. I had a good time, and I thought you guys really rocked the house that night, and that I saw you for the first time. So
That's
thank
right.
you, and thank the boys. I had a great time.
You did Detroit Rock City with us, right?
Yeah.
I did Detroit, and we did Rock and Roll All Night, even though
that's
Paul
right,
doesn't
Rock and
sing
Roll.
that.
We had so much estrogen on that stage, man. I had to be 20 on that stage. Oh my God, I was getting cramps and my boobs were getting sore just looking at them.
Yeah, for those that are watching, that was a night where we had Chris Caffrey on stage too. It was called Cobra Calf, and what we did was it was like a live karaoke. So these guys signed up in advance to come up and do a song. They put up a set list. So of course we had guys, I had some people that never sang before, and then we got some guys from other local bands. Like a singer from British Steel was there. We had Luke. It was a
Mind Maze.
really good time. Yep, really good time.
Mind Maze, maybe that night.
What's that?
Mind Maze. You had Sarah from Mind Maze. She sang Triumph.
Oh yeah.
Actually.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait. So there's more Triumph talk here, Ron.
Yeah.
We had 28 singers that night, man, and once again, Steve had something to do with getting the Cobra Calf together. So
that was fun too. So,
cool.
That's a cool event.
Sorry?
Steve really sold me on Iron Cobra. I mean, he told me you guys, you do Van Halen 3 cover to cover. Is that true?
We do what? I'm sorry.
He says you do Van Halen 3 in its entirety.
No, I didn't say
my
that.
God. You might as well just, just take me right out right now. We do, tell you the truth, we do majority of Van Halen 1 and 1984.
Nice.
Yeah, that's, that's where the money's at, So
Well, I told Ron, if he didn't believe me, ask Dougie Dulgarian and Brett Hearn about you guys, because they come and see Iron Cobra when they're playing in the area too. You'll see Doug. You'll see a lot of the race drivers from the fairgrounds coming out. In fact, one of the guys that races at the fairground comes up and sings a song with you, Fred Pavia.
Yeah, that's right.
He
Fred
races
sings
at
a lot
the
of Poison with
racetrack.
us. Yeah, he does good. As a matter of fact, we are playing in Middletown at Quinn's at the bowling alley this Friday night.
Yeah,
8
so
to 11. And as a special added bonus, what is so special about this show Friday night, Steve?
we're doing a little rock fantasy booth there. I guess you're on a little rock fantasy party.
That's
so
right.
So then we can rest up for a few days, because it sounds like we got to go to the fair every night.
Yeah, we'll go.
All these bands. We're gonna have to get in shape for going to see. I mean, it's just a row of bands every night. My wife's not gonna be happy. I'm never gonna be home.
I'm literally fucking 6 minutes from the fair, so I'll be there every night.
Yeah.
And we're doing this Friday night. We're doing a little rock fantasy thing, and Iron Cobra is just our way of saying thanks.
Thank
to
you.
Steve, so we're dedicating the show to him and what he does for the
Thank you so
local area.
much.
So thank you.
Yep. Thank you. All right. So who else we got in the room before we get taken too long? We got Chris and Fern from Eyes of the Nile. We had a very memorable show a couple years ago, it was nice enough for Ron and Mike Gerda to let me, at the time, it was during the pandemic. It was the first time we do the Rock Fantasy anniversary party for years at the Chance Theater. We've been doing it at Quinn's, but we were able to do it under the stars at the fairgrounds that night. And it was such a great night. We had Last Pharaoh open up, and then we had you guys. And that was a crazy night because you guys had an emergency in the band. And I remember getting a call, like Ron wasn't at the fair that year because I think he had surgery, but his daughter was there, and the races were actually going on. And I was leaving the races, and Ron's daughter was like, hey, we've been trying to get a hold of you. Eyes of the Nile may not be able to play tomorrow. Their guitarist said it's a problem. And I called Mark Garcia from Sanctuary, the local Maiden tribute, and somehow we pulled this all together. And Chris Capri showed up, and you guys learned the Sabotage song. And it was just a really great night. And then, of course, it was a Friday night, and I don't know if the fair's still having it, but the fireworks were going off while Iron Maiden was playing. It was just an epic night. And somehow we pulled it all off because it almost didn't happen.
Oh man. I mean, yeah, like you said, the night before, Jason had an emergency with his dog.
Yeah.
And he had to bail. And it was like 10 o'clock at night. And we were just sending message. We were going to leave the next morning at about 6 a.m. And, because for us, it's, I don't know, 4-hour drive or something like that. Maybe 2 or 3, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And we just started sending messages to every Iron Maiden tribute band that we knew in the Northeast and posting stuff on Facebook. I talked to Ron's daughter.
Yeah.
Like, this is what's going on. And she's like, can you do it with one guitarist? I'm like, no. I mean, it just, it wouldn't be the same. And obviously they still want a band to play. So it was just super tough situation. And Steve saves the day. I mean, he gets in touch with Mark Garcia.
It was like at midnight. I remember leaving the fairgrounds, and I'm on a conference call. I think it was maybe with you and Mark were on the phone at the same time. And you guys were like, up all night, like going back. How do you guys come in on this song? What do you come in on this one? And blah, blah, blah.
Well, the thing that's even crazier is that, for anyone who knows Iron Maiden here, it's, you got Dave Murray and you got Adrian Smith.
Yeah.
So usually only one person knows those parts and they don't know the other person's parts. Well, we needed an Adrian Smith, and Mark actually was the Adrian Smith and his Iron Maiden tribute. So and he was available.
Yeah.
It was just a miracle. And he brought his, 10-foot Eddie, and he just went all out, and he just was like, we talked through the stuff on the phone the night before. We talked through the stuff with the guitarist that was going to play Daniel on the car ride.
Yeah.
We're listening to them in the back going, yeah, you go, no, I'll do the, and you do the, this is what we listened to for the whole car ride. So
I love that story. Yeah. I love that story. My Kiss band, I used to be in a different Kiss band called Kiss Alive NYC, and we used to, travel all over the country like most of you guys. And we did quite a few shows with Sanctuary with Mark Garcia's band. Mark's a good guy, good people. Yeah. Thanks for that story. By the way, that was pretty funny. I like that.
So Chris, let's back up a little bit. Let's introduce you guys to the channel. Where are you guys based out of? You're based out of Virginia, correct?
Northern Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we're all from different places originally, but we're all now in Northern Virginia.
And how long have you been doing this tribute?
9 years now.
Okay.
Kind of relatively newer, it sounds like, compared to the rest of you guys. But yeah, 2015.
I mean, you guys smoked it last time you were there. It was great.
Thank you.
It was just that kind of night too. It was a summer night. We were dodging a thunderstorm. I think we had a little rain early in the night, but we dodged the weather and just turned out epic.
And the Caffrey thing was amazing because I'm a huge Sabotage fan. Yeah. Since the 80s, Hollow the Mountain King.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when I was talking to him, I'm like, what can we play? Can we do Strange Wings? which
Yeah,
was
you-
just kind of like a personal request
Yeah.
because this is the only chance I'm ever going to get to play that song.
Mm-hmm.
And he played some Maiden tunes as well. So we did Wrathchild with him, the 3 guitar attack on the Trooper, and Strange Wings, which
Now I don't.
made me weep a little
Is
bit.
he going to be there this year, or he wasn't available? I think I saw he was playing somewhere else that night.
He's the last time he responded yesterday, he said that he's going to check his schedule. It sounds fun.
No, well,
So,
maybe.
we'll
Who
see.
knows? He may pop up. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll
But
see.
anyhow, yeah, cool.
Hey,
So
Yeah.
Chris, you've got an interesting background too that doesn't come out often, right? With your drumming.
Oh yeah, well, I'm a classical percussionist by trade, conservatory trained and all that. So I play, in orchestras and all that stuff. But I grew up playing drums. Drums was always, my heart and soul. But then I got into a whole classical obsession, and then I went through conservatory and ended up with a job in the U.S. Navy band in Washington, D.C. That's what brought me down here in the first place. That was 2001. And then I
Funny,
retired. Go ahead.
I had the Iron Maidens play one time for us.
yes,
And their bassist is classically trained and plays in an orchestra in California.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, it was pretty
Oh.
cool. I played bass myself at one time, and my son is a percussionist like you. He went to University of Michigan for percussion, and
Oh, great school.
so he's controlled a lot. Yeah, he did really well. But yeah, it's amazing how all the Iron Maiden bands, because it shows you how technically difficult it is.
I wonder what she
classically-
plays as a bassist. I wonder what she plays in the orchestra.
I don't
She
know.
plays bass.
She plays up.
upright bass.
She actually plays bass. Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I have
Yeah.
to play a mean triangle if it means anything to anybody.
Hey now.
No, I that was
Chris,
my
I got a question
through
for
high
you.
school. I was in the marching band. I was the only one that played the timbales,
Oh,
So he's-
cool.
Yeah. I used to
Does-
practice on-
Does doing a porno count?
You talk
Count
about
for
the
what?
triangles and stuff.
Does
When you
doing
go,
a,
I'm sure
I don't
Chris
know. Does it count for being in this group doing a porno?
So Fern, what do you
I'm
do?
How do
sure
we
Chris
get
knows.
to-
Sorry.
I'm sure Chris knows when you go to the conservatory or something like that, they'll spend hours on the triangle figuring
Yeah.
out what to hit it with, the different sounds it makes. I mean, they're like obsessed with
Where to
sound and
hold it.
percussionists.
Yep.
Do you want me to get into this for the next hour? I mean, I could talk
No,
about
we
the
better
triangle
not.
all night.
We're
I
gonna.
could read it.
I mean, that's crazy with that stuff. I was like, oh, if I hit it with a screwdriver and we hit it like this, then this matters,
Yeah.
and if we hang it this high, it's unbelievable. I mean,
Well,
they're
I'll do a
really-
master class before the show. I'll bring like 10 of them.
So Fern, what do you do in Eyes of the Nile?
Oh, I'm the I play bass in Eyes of the Nile.
Yeah, you're
So
Steve
I'm-
Harris.
I'm the Steve Harris, like Wanda. I'm the Steve
I
Harris.
knew that already, but I figured we'd like to tell the audience what you do.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm the Steve Harris, and I have other duties as assigned as well. Yeah.
I got a question for Fern and Chris.
Yes, sir.
What are the best 3 Iron Maiden records, and why are they the first 3?
Oh,
Yes, I love that. I love that.
That is a can of worms that needs to stay closed within our.
That's the other opening act we have.
Yes, Deano.
And Clive Burr.
Clive Burr. Clive Burr.
Yes,
yeah.
Piano and Clive Burr.
This is old news for Fern, but I will play every Diano song. I will play the first 2 albums back to back any day. Sign me up. I don't even care what the hell band it is. Just invite me.
It's so funny that Tommy brought that up because that's my 2 favorite Maiden albums as well.
Absolutely. I love the first 3, but I lean real hard on the first 2.
Oh, the first two's, dude, the first two's like fucking steamroller, dude. God damn.
Hey,
Absolutely. man.
I love
Absolutely.
Somewhere in Time and Seventh Son and
We'll
all those
represent a
albums.
lot of that
You will,
stuff.
you will. I know you
Cool.
will. But let's not leave John hanging. He's here from Battery, the Metallica tribute, and John was not with Battery Now, Battery, I think, has been at the fair for 3 years or so now. Maybe it's their 4th time. Is that right, Ron?
That's the 4th one. Yep.
Yeah, it's his 4th one, right? Yeah. Wow.
And
John, who do you play in Battery? Are you Hetfield?
I'm the Hetfield and the rhythm guitar. Yep.
Nice, nice, really nice.
and
How do you do
Are you
it?
guys gonna Are you guys gonna kamikaze drive from Detroit like overnight again? You make me nervous.
I'm driving from Peoria, Illinois, so that's like 14-hour drive for me.
Yeah,
so.
these guys, I can't. Ron, I've never got them to come to Rock Fantasy because they kamikaze in. They have a couple hot dogs and some fried dough, and they're back out of there. We can't get them to hang out overnight, even maybe.
We road dog it pretty hard for those shows, so it's fun though.
Question for John. John, this is Luke, aka Paul from Psycho Circus. Do you guys ever play Orion?
Yes, we do. We throw.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, we like to mix it up a little bit with a little bit of everything, touch base on the whole gamut of the albums outside of Saint Anger. I think. I don't think he has the trash can for the snare, so.
No.
That sounds great. I'm gonna have a busy schedule trying to get to see all you guys, man. I'm looking forward to it.
And I tell you, like the Metallica stuff is so popular because you got, the stuff that's more commercial, that's very radio friendly, but you've got a lot of the fans that want to hear the early stuff. Because as you talk about Iron Maiden, some people, the first 3 Metallica albums. Wow. All right.
I mean, that's what I grew up on, that was, those first 3 were everything to me, Yeah, I mean, as a teenager with my friends in a cornfield here in the Midwest and a case of beer and listening to Ride the Lightning album, and just
sounds like paradise.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now you guys do a lot with Battery. You actually were the band that Metallica actually hired to go on the road with you, correct? When they were doing the covers, and they hired you guys to go out and open up for them playing actual Metallica songs, right?
Yeah, the actual Metallica songs, and they did all the covers from the Garage Incorporated double album. So, 5 theater shows for that, and that was,
that's insane.
That's cool.
That's insane.
Lawrence also wanted
no pressure.
Yeah.
Were they watching or were they around?
Oh yeah, they were always on the side stage watching every night.
I would be shitting my pants.
I would carry. Yep, I filled them up every night.
And Lawrence also wanted to mention a lot of the stuff that you guys do for the troops. You fly overseas and do a lot of sort of like the old USOs type things, or what?
Yeah, that's something that even though I was out of the band, it was something that I wanted to be still involved in. So when they did the overseas shows, Kuwait, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Jordan, all those bases, we flew over and did ultra long shows, and that it's super hot over there. I mean, it's, that Persian Gulf is, you add the heat, plus the humidity over there because of that, and it's ridiculous. 108 degrees on stage the whole night. And they had coolers full of ice towels there. They'd come out and just throw them over your neck. I mean, we'd end up doing almost, I think, 3-hour shows.
Wow.
We were booked for 90
Holy
minutes.
Shit.
Yeah,
God bless you, dude.
And we kept playing. The commander, the base commander was like, "Yeah, just keep playing. If you guys feel like playing, play. And I'll let you know when we can stop." So I was like, "Well, you asked for it, so we'll keep going."
108 degrees, 3 hours. God bless you, bro. I know there's no way I could do that. Listen, we were fortunate. They flew us out to Indiana to play for the USO, the Air Force, Navy, Marines on the military base, and we were inside in a hangar that was like air conditioned. I can't even imagine doing what you guys did. You know what? God bless you guys. I tip my hat to you guys. That's fucking awesome.
Right back at you, man. Yeah, it's an honor for us. I mean, I cherish those shows more than anything. It's not only just the U.S. troops; it's also the coalition troops that are along with the U.S. troops. So we're meeting everybody from all over the world. So those bases carry all the coalition troops with them. So
That's really
plus,
nice, John. I really like what you're saying. I think, I think you touched the nerve probably on everybody that's listening to what you have to say, because, I always felt you have to give back, because I feel that, as a musician, every one of us that's on this call, we're all blessed just to be able to do things that we enjoy and that we like. And so we did a lot of things for Toys for Tots. We did a lot of things for the veterans in Red Line, Pennsylvania. We played there like 5 years in a row for our vets, benefits and things. And that's what, that's what makes it special, when you're not just taking in the money, but you're giving back, and you're able to put a smile on. We're raising money for the vets, for air conditioners, for food, for fans, little simple things that some of us, we all take for granted, but they really need our help. And what you guys did for the troops, and I'm sure, all the other bands that's involved in all this, that were all on this Zoom thing together, I'm sure everybody else has contributed in their own way somewhere along the line. So that's what's great about music, man. It's a universal language. And I salute all my fellow musicians on here, and want to thank Ron. I want to thank Steve for putting us all together and making this happen. And I feel like a lucky motherfucker just listening to all you guys. It's great. I mean, I know Tommy's my boy from Into the Void, and just want to say it's a real pleasure to talk to the rest of you guys, man. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you all.
With a bunch of vets, man. So that's cool.
So
absolutely, brother.
Musical veterans, man. So it's good to be in this group, man. Trust me.
We should take this all out on the road.
So how long has Battery been together for then?
Well, I've been with them off and on, like I said, for 20 years.
20 years, okay.
Yeah, and they've probably been together for close to 30.
Wow.
Yeah, Lawrence and Phil, the drummer and bass player, they've been together a long time. So
would you guys like to hear a story about Metallica?
Luke, let me tell you something real quick before you start your story. Since it's Kiss and it's at the Orange County Fair, can we get our imagination going that night? Can it be sort of like Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park? Because we got the roller coasters. We got
absolutely.
I think we should all go on the Ferris wheel together and get some promo shots of Kiss on the Ferris wheel that night.
Yeah, we could do that. We're gonna have our videographer there with us. He shoots. He shoots for Lincoln Center and a lot of all the famous places in New York City, and we're gonna have like 3 different photographers there. So, whatever you want, Steve, it'll be our pleasure to accommodate and at the same time laugh at each other.
So, Luke, of course, let's hear that Metallica story before we kind of wrap.
Okay. This is a story. This happened in sometime in the 80s. I can't pinpoint the exact year, but I was in a ultra glam band called Frenchie, and we had just signed a deal. And we went to rehearse at a place called the Music Building in Queens. So we walk in there and we see these 4 guys. They're sitting on the floor and they look very scruffy, whatever, blah, 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 blah. We strike up a conversation with them and blah, blah. Then we talk for, maybe a minute, not too long. We go in our room. But before we go in our room, we said, by the way, what's the name of your band? They go, Metallica. We walk into our room, being the dicks that we were and assholes that we were at the time, and we look at each other and we start cracking up. We're like, what the fuck type of name is Metallica? Right? We said that. Well, look at the story later on. Whatever, our record deal fell to shit because all we were interested in was the sex and drugs at that time. And we were so young and so foolish that we didn't understand it was a business first. So we blew that shit. But, they went on to conquer things that you can't even imagine. And at that time they had, it was Dave Mustaine in the band. It wasn't the guy they got from the other band. But but they were just... They were hanging out, and like I said, it looked like they didn't take a bath in like 10 years. It was really weird, but really happy for them, man. That just shows you what perseverance, sticking together, and hard work will achieve. And they deserve everything and then some that they got. So that's true story. It's true story.
Awesome story.
Man.
good,
Now
good
Luke
one.
not only is Paul Stanley, but he has the ultimate radio voice. I think. Maybe it's because we can't see him either. He just sounds like that DJ coming
Well,
over
you
here.
can't see me because I have a baseball cap on and my hair's pinned up and I don't want to scare the shit
Oh,
out
I
of everybody.
see.
You
It's
guys
like
will
Kiss
see me.
Unmasked. We can't
Yeah,
see
my
Paul
mouth
without
is
his
like-
makeup.
You guys will
thought you
see
were-
me. You
I
guys
thought
will
you were
see me
pulling
and
the
you'll be like,
handsome Dan from Wayne's World.
you'll be like, turn it off,
I'm
turn
the
it
guy
off.
from Wayne's World. Some guy hit me up. Some guy, I was walking into the pizzeria by my store the other morning and like, dude, don't you you're famous, right? I'm like, I don't know, I'm not famous. He goes, you're the dude from Wayne's World, aren't you? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, do they really think the guy from Wayne's World looks really like that and still walks around town? It's like, yeah, I'm party on Garth, you know. So Ron, if you need me to go up and do some Wayne's World stuff, let me know. But I think I'm Dana Carvey. Dana actually, that was his wig. That wasn't Dana's real hair, but it's still around. But yeah, Wayne's World, party on, excellent, right? So
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Yeah, Saturday the 27th.
Yeah.
I appreciate Steve and Ron for setting this all up. I mean, and
Sure.
a lot of it, and pleasure meeting you guys. I mean, it's been.
We look forward to seeing you.
Made new friends on here. So
When do you think you're going to get there Saturday?
God, don't even put a time on it.
All right.
Get there early enough, I'm gonna guess, to get set up, sound check, and like I said, if I give you a specific time, it'll be wrong.
All right.
Well, I hope
We'll be-
one of those things where I can track them.
When we all travel together, it's like I'm usually the one, just because I'll drive up to Chicago, meet up with them, and then they'll start driving, and the band van and the trailer, and it's like I don't even want to know.
Yeah.
just
Hopefully we'll cross
guys,
paths.
what time is loading?
Yeah, I don't know.
What time's loaded, Ron?
We're getting there. I talked to Joe, I think, one of the production guys. Yeah. We talked about one.
I think Lawrence had that info, so
cool.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Gives us a lot of time.
Well, anyhow, let's close this episode up, and we want to see you. What's the old jingle there, Ron? We'll see you there at the Orange County Fair.
They're rocking in Middletown.
Yeah, that's the more rock and roll one. I remember Mike was asking me years ago, where's that jingle? Because when they were starting to do the concerts again, they were looking for that, what's a Pepsi concert series back in the 80s.
Yeah, I had PDH.
Okay. And of course, back in the 80s, people still talk about it in this area. The Orange County Fair Speedway was a hub for all the national concert things that go to Bethel Woods and go to Madison Square Garden, and everybody had played there. You know, actual Metallica played there twice. Ozzy had been there before. Paul was it all there. Kiss. Everybody came through Middletown.
I think it was 92.7. I think was the name of the radio station that sponsored a lot of it back. Remember,
That
it was like
92.7 was the Great Orange Sound before it turned into WRV. Yeah, the local one, and then PDH, of course, had the big yellow boom box. Remember?
Yep.
And Tigman's is Tig going to be there one night this year, Ron?
You know, I got to reach out to him. I haven't talked. I got to call Paul, I guess, his manager, right?
Yeah, I know he usually is there one night with PDH, and
he usually comes. We used to arrange something for him to come. Sure.
Yeah,
so we had Trunk there one year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tigman was really talking up the fairgrounds yesterday on air. He did a lot of shout outs for everybody.
Oh,
and,
did he?
They did a good write up too on their website of the schedule for the fair for us guys.
Cool.
And they put a brief.
Yeah. Are you from Into the Void?
No, it's Iron Cobra Paul.
Oh, Iron Cobra. Who did he write? He wrote up one of the bands. I was like, he must be really good friends with them because the whole article was about them. I forget it. Was it Into the Void or was it Iron Cobra? I forget which one, but one of you guys.
I honestly, I don't know. A friend of mine
texted me, he goes, yo, he was just saying some really good stuff about the band and some stuff on air.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Yeah, he's really hyping it. So
Good. Well, we're all excited to be at the fair, getting some corn dogs and some sausage and peppers and drinking some beers at the 31st lap. And of course, it's a little bar they have right by the stage here, by where the bands are playing too. And we all look. We hope it cools down a little bit because John was talking about the weather in the Middle East. Right now in Middletown, it's been hot for like a week. I mean, it's in the 90s every day. I think today the heat index was 100 and something here. So let's hope it cools down a little bit, but stays dry.
Yeah.
no doubt.
Yep. So
I want to thank one, I'll say this last thing. Ron, thank you. Steve, thank you. And gentlemen and all the bands, it's really a pleasure. Thank you guys so much. And it's great to meet all of you.
Absolutely.
Same. I just wanted to say too, thank you, Ron, for having us again. Steve, for your support as always. And we'll be there Friday through like Saturday afternoon. If hopefully run into you guys and meet and say hi and all that stuff. So
hopefully we can get you to drop by the Rock Fantasy.
We'll be there
here, and hopefully come by and hang out, play a little pinball, and hopefully the Battery Band can hang out in Middletown long enough to come visit. Cool. All right, guys. So I guess we'll wrap this up. Ron, you want to finish? You got anything you want to add at the end?
No, just next Thursday. I mean, it's super affordable. It's a great time for the whole family. It really is. We got great food and great bands and just a really, really good time. So we spent a lot of time and effort putting it together. So we hope the public comes out and supports us.
Excellent. And Dreamland Amusements is doing the Midway again?
Dreamland is back.
All right. So we got roller coasters and all kinds of good stuff to go on, right? Cool.
Yeah,
so,
Delusion, big wheels.
The big wheels.
And the new layout should be pretty good.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the new, I can't wait to walk around the fair with Kiss.
There you go.
All right.
Listen, Steve, I'm going to bring an extra pair of platform shoes for you.
Now, those will be for Ron. Ron, you're going to be a backup in case somebody gets sick.
Absolutely.
But he's going to make you do a Triumph song.
I think we're all
love Triumph.
So we'll make sure they're playing some Triumph, at least through the PA in between bands. We'll have to work with the sound.
You know, there are no Triumph cover bands. I really find that surprising. High and low.
I mean, you must have been looking for one.
I was looking for one. I can't find one.
Well, we'll have to work
one
on that for next year, maybe. I've never heard one either. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning into the Rock Fantasy YouTube channel, Rock Fantasy Files. Take a minute to hit like and come out to the Orange County Fair if you're watching from the tri-state area. I know people watch us around the world, so I have no idea what we're talking about, but check out some of these bands. Go to their websites, and we'll try to put some links in the liner notes. So we'll see you next time on the Rock Fantasy YouTube channel. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Later.
Cheers.
Night, guys.
nice meeting you all.
Salute.